and we welcome you back to talk about supplements we don't need. So thank you so much for joining us again.
You're welcome. Nice to be here.
It's a heck of a thing when you walk into your chemist warehouse and you see this wall, multiple walls, multiple shelves of more supplements than there are stars in the sky.
Not to mention what you see on your Instagram feed where you're like,
my
make sure you have this
gosh.
and make sure you have this and make sure you have this, your mushroom, your spinach, your
Yeah.
BCTs and your MCGs and your...
YMCAs.
Exactly. There's too many things.
Yes, absolutely. We're just massively marketed to, aren't we?
So let's start to talk about then the supplements that we don't need, the ones that maybe
Yep.
they're overprescribed or they've just got a bit of hype behind them on the internet. Where will we start with this one?
Yeah, how many have you limited it to today?
I've got my top three again, but we may squeeze out a fourth one. We'll see how we go with the time.
Okay.
But I just want to say that it is a huge business that we're marketed to, and we're often targeted at our weak points, and the labels that are used over that. There's a massive fear of missing out on nutrient deficiencies, and actually most adults will be fine. We're supplementing with those top three you mentioned the last time I spoke, and with good nutrition. Nothing beats good sleep. Nothing beats your 7,000 steps a day, and nothing beats good solid nutrition if you can't catch it, if you can't grow it, and then it's not worth having. So I just want to point that out, that supplements won't fix what sleep and nutrition exercise can. All right, but my big one I'm going to talk about is the multivitamin market.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
those
All right.
those containers that claim to have multivitamins which are going to solve all your problems often target specific markets, your menopause, your teenagers, your man health, and all that kind of thing. But they don't contain enough of the right amounts to actually have any real effect. So again, your multivitamins, you're much better trying to fix a poor diet, your lifestyle habits, and sleep better. Dial back your bedtime. There's no swap for that 7 hours good sleep.
That's so interesting because I used to take multivitamins and then I switched to just a couple of the things that I need, like vitamin C, magnesium, and I've been taking vitamin B and fish oil. And I've actually noticed a tangible shift in like the quality of my sleep. So that is really fascinating. What are your other big, I guess, marketing myths?
Fat burners.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Tell us about a fat burner.
Talk to me.
So fat burners claim to reduce fat and reduce your scales, but they don't. They don't do that. But what will do that is putting yourself in a calorie deficit, increasing your step count, and getting some good sleep. So they claim to be able to literally burn your fat off your body. Nothing's going to do that. It's just a complete waste of money. But they look really good on the shelf, don't they? They're very colourful. They're very blingy. They target us.
Like they usually have sort of like 5 times your regular caffeine dose that you get in a normal cup of coffee. So you take one of those and you'll be rocketing off your seat, making you want to move, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It won't boost your metabolism. It won't increase. It will increase your energy for a short period of time, and then you're going to get a huge crash.
Actually,
and they
quickly,
often have.
Sorry,
Yes,
I was going to say quickly on that too. You just mentioned the metabolism boosty thing too, which is often a big part of this. Just so people know definitively, can you boost your metabolism through a pill?
No. No, you can't.
You've got to get more muscle, right? You've got to actually build muscle to change your engine.
You have. You know what? If there was a pill, I'd be taking it to boost my metabolism, but there isn't one.
I think most pills actually do the opposite, don't they? Like, because when you look at those weight loss medications that people are taking over in America right now, the injections, for example, that actually reduces metabolic rates because it starts the body into catabolism. So you're kind of breaking down the muscle and the fat that you have, right?
I'm quite fascinated with that GLP-1 market actually, and I'm looking at it under a microscope, and I think it's going to actually have some real significant changes on how we live. There's some good stuff coming out from that, but at the moment it's just they need to tweak it. The dosing isn't quite right, but that's another chat for another day. Definitely, we should talk about those. But the other one I want to mention is, which really gets me, is the gummies. You know, the gummies that claim to contain huge amounts of something and taste delicious. They are really just glorified lollies.
Really? What
Mm,
about my iron
yes.
gummies? I take
I'm
iron gummies.
sorry.
Really?
Yes,
That's a
and
shame.
so many of them are failing quality testing to contain way less or too much of the product. It's really they are totally overrated. A lot of money for not very much at all. You're
Oh,
missing the
wow.
basics with those. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Hey, look, when you're talking about doses as well, because there's one thing to talk about the stuff we don't need to be taking, but can we just
Mm.
talk about this idea of a mega dose as well? Because I've heard this a lot where people will be like, well, look, if it's good for me to have 1,000 milligrams of XYZ, surely if I take 5,000, it's like giving myself superpowers, right? Because that's how the body works.
No, we can. There are effects from overdosing on supplements. A lot of people say, "Oh, you just pee it out." Actually, there are some which you don't want to overdo, and that's why, for example, if clients come to me, I take blood tests. We look for those deficiencies, and we work with their blood tests before we carry on taking them. So you can pinpoint, like Kat has with the B12, but again, if you take too much B12, it can have effects on your body. So
It
just
can be
everything
really
in
hard on
moderation.
your
Hmm.
filtering units, right? Your liver and your
Yes,
kidneys. Like you don't want to overload those organs because they do a really important job. So it's not something
absolutely.
that you should try and sort of play your own doctor with.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Have we got time for one more?
Come on then, hit me.
Detox and cleanses.
Oh, all right,
Love the sound
let's
of this
go.
already.
All right, detox
The-
and cleanses,
Well,
massive scam.
all kinds of cleansers, parasite cleansers, liver cleansers.
I mean, some of those parasite cleansers have got some herbs in them which have shown to be effective in and getting rid of some of those parasites. But the real detox is going to happen when you sleep well, when you eat your whole foods and you move every day. Teas and powders can't fix what your organs are designed to do. So you
Mm.
got to fix those first before you start on those detox and cleanses and milkshakes as your quick fix. There
So,
aren't the quick fixes out there.
and I would say that drinking water and lots of
Oh,
it is probably one of the best ways you can detox,
Mm.
right?
I was thinking about that actually, just before we went online. I was thinking that hydration is just one thing that most of us are walking around dehydrated.
Yeah,
Drink more water.
I think one thing that might maybe bridge the gap between some people's experience of these things versus what's really going on is that I think we can be very unaware of what our lifestyle habits actually look like. So sometimes when you decide, okay, I'm going to do a detox, and then afterwards you're like, oh, I swear by it, I feel amazing. It's probably because it's the first time you've actually paid attention to what you've eaten and drunk over the course of a couple of weeks
Or
for a
the
long
first time
time.
you've got any green vegetables in you, or the first time you've
Yeah.
ever drunk like 3 liters of water a day.
Yes, because they come with those guidelines of what you should do while you're taking it.
Yeah.
And you're right, Kat. They encourage you to drink more water and get off all the ultra processed foods. Why don't you just do that anyway
Yeah.
and drop the
Yes.
tea?
Much cheaper as well, right?
100%.
Well,
100%.
thank you so much, Julia. A wealth of wisdom there. And if anyone would like to reach out for more personalized help, where can people go?
Heavenlyfitness.nz or on my socials, Heavenly Fitness and Nutrition.
Ah, amazing. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn your notifications on so you don't miss the next video.
We'll see you in the next one.